Oh my God, y'all. What? Yo! Welcome back to my channel, my crystal kings and queens. So today's video was actually pretty, well, you know what, I can't even say was because I didn't even begin the video, but before filming this video, my light smell like it's on fire. I hope it's not. Like, something was really going on with it earlier and it started smoking, so I turned it off, unplugged it. No, I didn't unplug it. I probably should have, but I don't really know what's going on with that. I took the cover off of it, so hopefully it don't catch on fire while we recording. But anyway, and that smell is actually kind of bothering me. So before maybe I should fan that. Before I begin this video, I had to do a little bit of digging, a in-depth type of research to just kind of grab an understanding of why it is that I guess I was thinking in a certain manner as far as what we're about to discuss. So nothing crazy, nothing, you know, wrong or anything like that. But basically this video is about naming crystals. Specifically how I name my crystals, why I name them, what they are, and I guess just what kind of got me started. I don't really know. So this will probably be what the process of naming my crystals, if that's what I just kind of settle on for a title. So this video was requested, and I really wanted to do this. Like, I was just extremely excited to do a video like this because I have talked in my previous videos about naming my crystals and just becoming really personable with them. So for a few of my crystals that I've had for a very long time, and actually the crystals that I continuously carry with me on my person, they didn't have names for the longest. And finally, just kind of scrolling through my app where I am able to keep up with my crystals. For all of you who don't know, the app is called Airtable, and that's non-spon. So if you do want to sponsor your girl, you know what I mean? If you do want to sponsor your girl, I'm here. Hey, the app is great. I love it. I use it all the time. I was kind of going through it, and I was like, geez, I not only have, you know, just a ton of crystals, but I didn't realize how many crystals I actually named, you know, upon getting those crystals. So I feel like I'm about to just kind of start going in circles. So let me just go ahead and put it out this way. So when getting my crystals, there's generally like no real process to me getting them, except I am either feeling like, hey, I want to go to the I want to say shopping store today. Hey, I wanted to go to the crystal store today. Or I just kind of got on the internet and started browsing for crystals and then came across a specific crystal. Or I don't know. I guess I just, you know what I mean? Like, wherever I end up at that moment, at that time, or that day, I just kind of go with it. And as for the crystals, you know, when I go into the shops or even when I'm browsing online, it's whatever that jumps out at me first, whatever that catches my attention, my eye, or just kind of like, you know, grabs my spirit, like, you know, in a very good way, of course. So those would be the crystals that I gravitate towards. And then, you know, from there, it very rarely happens like this, but a name will just kind of jump out at me because of the crystal's characteristics or the energy that's, you know, put off on the crystal, or, you know, onto me from the crystal. or maybe, you know, it could just even be its surroundings, like what it was around or whatever. Like, I don't know. It's just whatever the characteristic of that crystal is, that name just kind of comes to me. And again, that's very rare that it'll happen, you know, immediately when I'm at a crystal shop or something like that. Generally, when I'm at home and I'm cleansing my crystals, you know, just kind of in prayer, my cleansing time is more like my prayer time with God concerning crystals or whatever. I'm not praying, you know, about my crystals. It's more so whatever internal issues I may have, burdens I'm carrying, you know, secrets I need to share with God, just that type of deal. And, you know, names will come to me then, all while I'm just cleansing or cleaning my crystal, running them under water, scrubbing them with the brush and soap, Dove soap to be exact. Non-spawn by that too, but if you want to spawn your girl, go ahead. And yeah, so from there, it's just like, you know, a name will come to me then, or I can just be in my room or in my sacred space, or, you know, somewhere where I'm alone. It's just me on my own by myself with nothing to distract me, bother me, speak to me, you know, make any noise surrounding me or around me, whatever, you know what I mean? So in my quiet time, in my prayer time, just me speaking to God, things like that, names or revelations, or, you know, I'll have epiphanies or whatever, visions, who knows, it'll all come to me then, and a name, you know, just might appear at that moment or be revealed at that moment. I could be in meditation when I'm just simply and this is more so after prayer. So if any of you don't know my background, you know, who I serve or what I stand for, that type deal. I'm everything about my Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ. That does not mean I negate anyone's religious backgrounds or religious beliefs or, you know, spiritual aspects about them, or you know, just however. I don't take any of that from you. You know, to each his own. Whatever works for you may not work for me. Whatever works for me may not work for you. So I'm just here for, you know, everyone. It's all about love, joy, peace, and happiness, laughter, all of that great stuff. So everyone's welcomed here. Everyone. Just don't bring none of that extra crazy stuff here, because then I'm gonna have to read you, and you know what I mean? So neither here nor there. Put that to the side. So I separate prayer and meditation. And basically for my prayer, I am just, again, you know, speaking to God, just letting him know of the things that I'm feeling, thinking, you know, things he already know basically, but just allows me to vent it off, you know, get rid of it, give it to him, and move on from there. But in my meditation, it's me sitting still. It's sitting quiet in a restful state of mind, and trying to receive all that he's, you know, wanting to give me, or all that he can give me at that moment, or just reflecting, trying to connect more with him. And in this process of its entirety, I have my crystals, or I'll put my crystals in front of me. I'll lay them all out, or I may just be holding one in my left hand and one in my right, or, you know, whatever, you know what I mean? So maybe holding just one in one hand, or maybe holding two, one in my left and right, is what I was trying to say ultimately. But oh gosh, my leg is getting numb, my butt is numb. Like, y'all, I'm sitting on the floor right now. If you can or can't tell, I'm not sure. I'm also in my onesie. Your girl is on chill mode. I should be doing homework, but y'all know how that goes when my semester starts. And I kind of start, you know, running away from it, though it does get done. And you know what I mean? Like, your girl's an A student, so. Oh my God. I was about to choke, though. Okay. Thank you, Lord. That drink is so good. So yeah, I'll hold crystals in front of me in my hand, and I'll just, you know, meditate, basically reflecting and connecting. And names will come to me then. I'm so sorry that this is already getting long, just me simply talking. But my goal today was to be able to just show you a glimpse of my crystals. I'm not going to go in depth, you know, with turning my cam around and, you know what I mean, trying to show you what crystal is what and what name has what, whatever like that. Also because a few of them are extremely new. And I have a video, if I don't release it before what you're seeing now, before this video here, then I'm not going to show you those up close. So if I show you now, it'll kind of just ruin. Oh my God, y'all. What? Yo, I don't know if y'all just saw, I mean, well, you obviously didn't see, but wow, my light just literally caught on fire for a mere second and then started smoking, and then it went out, and then it was doing all that flickering, and I just had to turn it off. So I'm not doing this video with that light anymore today. Whoa. Oh my God. That's insane. I'm gonna have to, like, I have to fan it. What the heck? That is so crazy. I can't believe that just happened. Maybe I need to unplug it. Hold on, y'all. Oh my God. That is so crazy. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my screen instead of where I need to be looking. I'm hot now. Like, the light literally almost just caught on fire. Anyways, I don't even remember what I was just saying because of that. So, shoot. And I got my iPad today, so you know when I got my iPad, it's gonna be serious. So, ooh, that was just crazy. Okay, so like, wow. So yeah, there's just not really, there's a bit of a process, I suppose, when it comes to me naming my crystals, but for the most part, if it doesn't come to me right away or immediately when I'm in the crystal shop, or like when I come across a really awesome crystal that I feel like I want at that moment, then like while searching online, then it'll come to me when I'm cleaning my crystals under you know, free flowing water, or when I'm praying, or in my meditation time, or it can just be really random. I could be reading something and out pops a word or a name that just kind of connects from something previous, or something I might have been thinking, you know, a few minutes prior, or, you know what I mean, whatever. So anyway, yeah, that's just kind of how, in a very long spiel of how I come up with names for my crystals. They just kind of hit me. It's nothing forced. I used to have moments where I'm like, I just really need to name this crystal. I've had it for so long. I need to know what it's called. Like, what is your name? I can pick up a crystal and its energy could be, you know, more masculine than feminine. It could be a set of both. It could be, you know, a subtle energy, gentle, a very soothing energy. It could be a really like crazy smack at you, you know what I mean, type of energy, like that boost of energy that you would get generally when drinking energy drinks or something like that. I mean, it could be any kind of energy, and just, you know, from that alone, I can come up with something for it. Or my sis, y'all, I'm like really tripping about this light. My sister used to help me come up with names for my crystals, and she's just like really awesome at that. She's just on the spot. I got a name for it. Here you go. Use that type deal. And that's amazing for me. Very big help, and that's how we've come up with a lot of names for my crystals in the past, but recently it's just been more so on some meditation type of time. So in the meditative state, I'm able to just kind of come up with something, or the crystal will give me its name, or whatever the case is. I don't know. So anyway, 15 minutes in already, and I'm not editing anything. I'm not removing anything. Hopefully, you know, I don't even know. Like, I ain't got nothing else for it. So I'm going to go ahead and just get into my first crystal. So basically, I have my iPad here because when I was going through my app to locate the crystals that I want to show you right now, I had to make sure that either A, it already had names, or if it didn't, why did I name it? Like, what was in my notes section? What's really going on with that crystal? So I just kind of revamped it a little bit, and then added what I need to add, take out what I need to take out. And of course, because I was just recently doing this before filming, I can't remember what I've added and all of that. So I'm just pretty sure I'm going to be able, or I'm going to have to just read off what it is that I put, at least for it to make more sense for you. So I know this video was not intended to be this long, but yeah. So all right, so for my first crystal, you know, I have my bag, and I actually switched my little crystal bag back to this. I've had this in a few videos way early, but this crystal here, you've seen this crystal. This is one of my favorite crystals, most absolute favorite crystals of my entire collection, and I have many of those, as y'all know. So anyway, this crystal here has it's an amethyst point, and this deep purple. I hate how right now I'm trying to look in the screen to see like what's really going on with the lighting here, but shoot, can't use the real light, just caught on fire. Okay, so dang. So yeah, this is like my favorite amethyst point, my only biggest amethyst point that I actually own. This deep purple is just amazing, like grape juice. Oh my god, Welch's to be exact. I really love Welch's grape juice, so good. Haven't had it in a while, but you know, anyway. So a Royal fam member actually pointed this out to me, and I had no idea until it was mentioned in the comments. And this crystal actually has what of course appears to be triangles, but they are triangles that are not pointing upward as normal, but are pointing downward. And any triangle pointing downward, it's considered to be a triangle, a trigonic record keeper. A trigonic record keeper. So when you have triangles within your crystals, those are considered record keepers. They are normally pointing upward, as I stated. They're normally sunken in, or they are sticking outward, more like a 3D type of triangle. So for mine, the most common, I believe the most common is what I heard of the record keepers are the upward pointing triangles, the sunken in upward pointing triangles. The one that I have, however, is considered a trigonic record keeper because of its downward point and sunken in type of situation. I had it all together in my mind at first, and it just didn't come out that way, so just forgive me. Anyway, it's the most rare because generally the Akashic records, or the record keepers is what I should say, the record keepers, they give you past information. I forget the ones. I'm not even going to go into that. I actually wanted to make a whole video out of all of that. But anyway, needless to say, the trigonic record keeper, which is what I have, is the most rare because it doesn't give you past information, or not just past information or cellular information. It gives you, Jesus Christ, It gives you Jesus Christ. It gives you future information as well. I had to do a ton of research on that. And again, I want to make a separate video completely for this. So that's what I'm going to do. It just took me a minute trying to get it out of my system to explain what it was that I'm trying to say. So yeah, this, and then I still didn't even tell you what I named it, huh? Isn't that crazy? So because of that, this is also, which I also did not, which is what I failed to mention. Y'all know how I get. I'm starting to trip up. This is an Atlantean amethyst crystal record keeper point. That's what this is. Since I did not mention it, and your girl is all over the place right now, okay? I've already tried to explain the record keepers, which I kind of failed at a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. Basically, Jesus. Basically, her name is Story. So I was debating on whether I wanted to give you all the personal names that I have for each of my crystals. Y'all know I can get very, very personable with my crystals. I love them very dearly, very much. But I figure if maybe you knew and understood why I, named them what I did, then, maybe it'll help you a little bit more. You don't have to name your crystals. It's not in a rule book. There is no rule book to, my knowledge. And even if there was, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't follow it. Like, why? For what? I'm my own person. So I named her Story, and I'm just in love with it completely because, for it to be said that it holds the Akashic records, it holds past information, cellular information, future information that's yet to even come. You know what I mean? Like, that's a story in itself. It's like reading a book. So that's the name. Story is her name. Moving on, because this video is already long and I hope it's gonna let me upload it the way I need to. So what's the next one? The next one is my clear quartz. So you have seen this clear quartz in a lot of other videos as well. Can't really recall which ones it is or was, whatever. But this is the crystal where I always point out that it appears to be an angel in the center of it. And it just, with or without the camera, with or without light, that's exactly what it looks like. I don't know any other way to look at it or think about it. So there's an angel in the center of this crystal, and it's just a clear quartz, regular clear quartz or whatever the case is. But I named this Genesis. It's more of a soft masculine feel. I don't get much feminine about it or feminine energy about it, so I'm just going to go with masculine. I know that's also said to be like a myth of some sort, whether a crystal has masculine energy, feminine energy, or a mix of both. I'm not going to go into that, but again, I feel like it's a subtle masculine energy. I named it Genesis because of the angel. As you know, I'm not extremely biblically prone, but I am a child of God, a child of Christ, and because I believe in such, I immediately related it to the Bible. Genesis is the first book of the Bible. God created Adam and Eve and placed them into the Garden of Eden, and upon that he assigned a set of angels to guard the Garden of Eden, and that angel reminded me of that. So this is why I named him Genesis. I love it. Moving from there, I don't know what I have. Oh God, where is it? I think it's this. Okay, so look, y'all know this is my baby. I don't go anywhere without this crystal. This is my Finster Celestial Smoky Quartz. Finster Celestial it can't be both. That didn't even make sense. Or it might be able to be both. But my Finster Anhydro Smoky Quartz, whatever, it has bubbles in it. It has anhydro bubbles in it, and I love it so much. And geez, it's just so gorgeous. Oh my god, it has so many bubbles in here, it makes no sense. Up to maybe 10 to 12 anhydro bubbles is what I've discovered recently. So what was I going to say? So I named okay, so wait a minute. Back to the whole purpose. Purpose is its name. I'm sorry. Back to the whole purpose. Yeah, well, there it is. But to the whole myth thing, this crystal here, I feel like has an extreme combination of masculine and feminine energy. Like, not one overpowers the other. It's just both in there. I love it. I can't get enough of it. I sleep with it. I can't seem to hang on to it when I do, sleep with it in my hand. But for the most part, it won't go further than under my pillow or either on top of it. So I named him or her or it. I don't really know what we'd call it. You know what I mean? Like, in reference to gender or sex or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Its name is Purpose. And basically, here's the explanation behind all of this. And I'm just going to have to read it because this is how I set it up. So purpose is meant, or the term purpose, the meaning behind that for me and this little beauty here is to rest, which is to gain a peace of mind or, peace of spirit. To release, which is to set free, relieve, or remove. To relax, which is to make yourself vulnerable in finding energy to make yourself vulnerable, finding energy, zeal, strength, or I don't want to say strength of purpose, but power of purpose. Also to reset, which is to begin again, to make new or of a fresh manner. Then last, to reconnect, which is to connect again, simply meaning to join, link, fasten, or just establish. So all of that just kind of brought that together for me. It made this crystal worthwhile to me in my mind, to my mental. Like, that's just the way it is. I love it. I don't go anywhere without it. So this is Purpose. Okay. 3 more. All right, so let me just go ahead and find it right fast. Okay. So here we have another crystal that you should be familiar with if you've been following me. If not, that's okay. Just go ahead and go back in the videos and recant through a little bit and you'll see this beauty here. So this I was trying to, never mind, don't even worry about that. But this crystal is actually a Sichuan, make sure I got that right, a Sichuan double terminated celestial anhydro quartz crystal. This has so many bubbles in it as well, but the secret to that is, which is what I'm going to reveal to you. First and foremost, its name is Veil. I can't say I know the exact, I don't want to say it that way. I don't know if it's more masculine than feminine or more feminine than masculine, or if it's just a extreme set of both. I don't know, but I named it Veil because of its energy, number one. But The matte appeal on here, I'm gonna read it off. The matte appeal that it has is what made me think immediately veil, because I have to, it's not a polished crystal, so I have to look beyond what I see, obviously. Like, I have to completely look through in order to see what it is that I need to see. So with the matte appeal, you're unable to see through it unless you look with your second and third eye. And what I mean by that is not just your eyes, but the second eye, your heart. The third eye would be your spirit. You know, I know a lot of people might connect that to, you know, your third eye here and all of that, and, you know, pineal glands and all of that whatnot. I don't get that deep, but heart and spirit is what I connect that to as well. You know, like I said earlier, you just kind of got to look past what's here because it's not a polished crystal. So just kind of looked at myself in the screen, and your girl cute, but it just kind of threw me off. So yeah, you must look past what's visible to the eye, and that's what's most important, you know, concerning a lot of things. But this crystal here, it just makes a whole lot of sense for me to name it veil, and I just absolutely love and adore it, and it's grown on me so much. It has become one of my favorite crystals. So that is that beauty. Moving on, this is just a really small crystal here. I'm not going to show you too much of it because it's a fairly new crystal, and that'll be in a video after maybe this. I don't know. You might have seen the video before. I mean, I don't know. Either way. So this is the smaller version of veil. So they are both Sichuan double terminated celestial anhydro quartz. Both of them have anhydros in them. And that's extra, extra exciting. So I named this little beauty Sequel, because it's the mini version of veil. I'm not going to spend no more time on that one. And I'm going to move on to one of my crystals that I showed in the 25 days of crystals. And that is my agate geosphere, which I love so, so, so very much. And this right here is probably going to be the longest, the longest spiel I give you on why I named her what I named her. So her name is Lady Truth Be Told, and I have gone through so much with this crystal, so much, you wouldn't believe it. This crystal has gone through so much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read to you the name, or I'm going to read to you why I named her what I named her. So her name is Lady Truth Be Told, and I say, though she may not look like much, she's a crystal that was once broken and tender to the touch, discolored. She is strong, has been weak, was and still is a part of greater, though she's small. She's colorless at times, can appear cloudy. Her voice is gentle, voice meaning her energy. She has a few rough parts, willing to be smooth and soothe. She's shy, so oftentimes I'm unable to find her from hiding. She's fun and brings out the best of laughter. She's unpredictable, beautiful, beastly, fairy tale-ish, loving, calm, sensual, vibrant, full of color, full of life, happy, high in energy, potency, and power. At times, she can be displaced, used, and or dropped. She requires attention, and just simply, most importantly, she needs to be loved. And I basically say all of that to say that that just kind of reflects a really huge part of me. Just a really huge part of me. And, you know, our genetic makeup is the exact same of a crystal, of that of a crystal. I don't know if any of you've done research about that, on that or whatever, but we have the same exact genetic makeup. And if I am wrong, definitely correct me, but that's what I've read, that's what I've heard, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of going off of that. So I really have no way else to explain that. But this is a really special crystal to me. Very special. And I love that. So truth be told, this crystal is a reflection of me. On to my very last crystal. This crystal, I cannot show you up close because you will be seeing it. But this is also very special. I have not worked with it as my others, meaning I've not, placed it near my pillow or, on my bedstand when I sleep. I've not really carried it on my person or whatever the case is, or just kind of had it in front of me trying to do homework or something like that, or just simply holding it, praying with it, and meditating with it. So I've not used it in that sense, but I do plan on using it soon. Though I will say, with just holding this crystal, I knew that some fun things are going to happen with it. Some really interesting and exciting things. I don't get too deep in what people believe crystals are to be, what the qualities and characteristics are and all that type stuff. But when I connect with energy, just abnormal things happen. And that could be in a very good way. So, needless to say, this is a Brandberg, because I want to get it right, a Brandberg Amethyst Celestial Anhydro crystal. I named him Graffiti. I feel like it's a masculine energy. I named it Graffiti, and I'll read why. First and foremost, it's a combination of my two favorite types of crystals, smoky quartz and amethyst. But when you are too close, let me not get this wrong. So I'm going to keep my head down here. Or, it sounds kind of weird. When you're too close to graffiti art, at times it can be very unclear as to what the picture may be. However, there's also things you will not discover until you look at it in its fullness. Which is why you must be willing to see the crystal in that of its fullness, so that what's hidden up close may be revealed to you from afar, if that makes much sense. You must journey through the entire crystal in order to receive its gifts. And for a while, as an anhydro quartz, I was like, well, wait a minute. It's so dark. Where are the bubbles? You know what I mean? Like, I paid this amount of money. Where are the bubbles? And, I tried to stare at it just with or gaze through it with just the standard light, not doing anything to it except what I'm doing right now, holding it in my hand, trying to find bubbles, until I placed it up against a light as such, like this. Or I'm sorry, you can't really see that, but like if I hold my iPad this way, that still doesn't really make much sense. Anyways, you get what I'm trying to say. So when I placed the crystal against the light, it was at that time I was able to see everything that the crystal had to offer. I was so close. I was so used to just holding this crystal here, trying to find this, the treasures, the awesomeness about the crystal, the bubbles, and couldn't for a while, until I, just kind of held it to a distance at a light or in front of a light, and I was able to see everything. So not so much here, but so much from afar. And that just really, really helped. So I know today, this is probably the longest vlog, talk, chat I've ever done on this channel. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to upload this right. So hopefully it works. If it doesn't, I'm so sorry if it looks crazy or a little off key and, you know, a little like ghetto, my apologies. But thank you so much for listening, for chatting. If I have any other, you know, additions to this video, then of course I'll, you know, just add it on somewhere soon after. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for rocking with me. I love you all. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. It is night right now, and I'm gonna try to upload this tonight in a few. So if you're watching it right now, yay. If not, then I'm sorry. But today is January 11th, and I want it uploaded tonight. It's dark out. So again, thank you for watching. I love each and every one of you. Again, crystal kisses and royal blessings.